Hello, everybody. Hey, it's Rob at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. Back at you. It's 12:50 a.m. Saturday, August 24th, 2024. Technically Friday night, but it's now Saturday, and you get what I'm getting at. So, hey, thanks for joining me. Please like, subscribe, send other people my way if you wouldn't mind. Try to get some more people to subscribe. That'd be nice. So just did that last episode where I updated my Gypsy Queen Goodwin Champions and Gypsy Gypsy Queens, Diamond Kings, and Goodwin Champions. I do have some more stuff that I did come across, but we'll save that for another video. But I do like the King Jennings one. That's cool. Alright, folks, so why I did that episode earlier where I wanted to get all those ones out of the way was because I had some stuff that I wanted to show this weekend. And one of the little subsets, short prints, hits not as big a hit as if you were to pull one of these from, let's say, Allen and Ginter or Gypsy Queen in the past. Those cards would be more like 1/1s or 1/5s and stuff like that. These are a little more, consider picking up one of these kind of like getting a, maybe like a no number card or like a card numbered to, 500 or something like that. So these cards are from Panini, and I dig this set. Not this first set, they didn't do as good a job as the next one. So these ones here are from Panini 2012, and that's from the Cooperstown. So for like 3 years they did the Cooperstown's cards. Now the cool thing about the Cooperstown cards, it's all the Hall of Famers up to that point in time, and it has like induction cards, their base card. They have like correct ice parallels like red, green, blue, numbered versions, and ticket stub cards that look like the ticket from the World Series in the past. So they have all kinds of cool stuff like that. Now the reason I got into it, there's basically two reasons. In 2013 they put out the Colgan disc, like they kind of reimagined the Colgan discs, and they were bigger than the old school Colgan discs, about the size of like a Jiffy Pop disc or something from MSA, or like Burger Chef or something like that. So, and one of the ones was Andre Dawson. So I kept going to the store, and usually they had the disc on the edge of the pack, and you can kind of look at the pack and see what was in there. Well, if it didn't have Dawson and it just showed like the back of the disc, which didn't say the name, it just said it had the back like the original Colgan disc, I would buy it because I wanted to pull that Andre Dawson myself. So stupid me, instead of just ordering one, I must open like 50 or 60 packs trying to get that Dawson. Didn't get it. And then I knew in the hobby boxes you would guaranteed a Hall of Fame autograph. So then I bought some hobby boxes so that I can get the autographs, and I figured I'd pull my own Andre Dawson there. And it never happened. Out of all the packs of these Cooperstown collections that I bought over the years, I never pulled the Andre Dawson Colgan disc myself. So I ended up ordering that off of eBay years ago. But then I still tried, even after that. I bought like another hobby box later on just because I'm like, I gotta get this. You know what I mean? When you're on the hunt for that one thing, you want to get it. And on top of that, I figure, well, I'm getting a Hall of Fame autograph too. So I will be showing the autographs coming up for all the Cooperstown collections ones that I got. Now I didn't pull all those myself. I did pick some up either at stores or like eBay. But today what I want to show you folks is the wood cards. So these are, basic card back, and then they're covered with a piece of wood. like just a little thin shaving of wood they glue on there. And it's a wood card. So like I said, on Allen and Ginter, they're 101s if you got a wood card. Now these are full-size cards as well. Let's pull Danica out here. That's the mini. So these are regular size cards. So this one here is from the 2012 set. And so they really didn't have any image on it or anything. It just said the induction year. So like Brooks Robinson there was inducted in 1983. And this set, 2012, is pretty bland set of cards, and kind of honest with you, I don't know how they continued on after that, because I've opened some packs that I did buy at a hobby shop like 2 years ago. The girl had like half a box left that somebody was consigning to her, so I was able to cut a deal and bought all those. And out of that one hobby box, which was like 80% full, I pulled this single wood card. So I think you would probably get, I don't know, what is it, like 24 packs per hobby box, and you would, I don't know, let's say 5 or 6 cards per pack. And at least in 2013, I would say you'd either get 1 or 2 of these per hobby box. So that gives you an idea about the odds of getting a wood card. I don't know about this particular year, but you know, I mean, if you're a Brooks Robinson collector or an Orioles fan or something like that, you know, you might want to have this in your collection. If it was Dawson, I'd want it. So it says right in here, let me pull out the highfalutin pointer. So right in here it says 2012 Panini. Let's see if we can get this focused going here. So this is the only one that I have not from 2013. So hopefully maybe you can read that if you'd like to read about Brooks Robinson. Alright, now we're getting to the cool stuff though. Even though these cards aren't as rare as a wood card from another product, they're super cool. They're just beautiful cards. I may have a few more in some of those other boxes. I doubt it, because I think I pulled them all out over the years to kind of put my short prints together. But I do have one more 5,000 card box that has like a row or two of all short prints, like SPs and numbered cards and all that kind of stuff. So there's still possibly could be some of these in there. Alright, so here we go. I'll show you the back of this one first. And so they definitely upped their game. And they gave you an old school image there. Kind of reminds me of those Phil Rizzuto cards. It's got the old school dead ball baseball thing going on there. And then it tells you the Panini, and then the class that they went into the Hall of Fame. And what does this say? I think it's all the same on the back as far as that image goes. So I gotta get my glasses on here. Bats right, throws right. Okay, so I don't know if that helps, but so the bats right, throws right. He was a class of 1939 to make it in the Hall of Fame. And then the typical small print, their stats, their career stats, and then a little story about them, and when they started playing baseball, and when they stopped playing, like their last game. Then it says National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, Cooperstown. So these are licensed by Cooperstown right here. Now that there is what we showed you in the last video. We did show you one of these card of Cap Anson there. So Adrian Constantine Anson. So that's Cap Anson from the Chicago Cubs, or the White Stockings, perhaps at the time when he started there. So May 6, 1871, and what we know, Major League, National League that exists as it is today started in 1876. So he was already playing professionally before then. So they had some little leagues, and like the National Association, which was, it played I think for a little while, and then it went under temporarily, and then they came back as National League. So he was already established player by then. But in 1876, the Cubs, the Braves, and some other teams like Louisville or places like that, I think, started the National League, and Cap Anson was the best player at the time. You know, like all people from other centuries and in the past, you know, they have some issues that some people would not appreciate today, would get him canceled. But nevertheless, he was a great baseball player, and the Cubs were like the best team in the 1800s, pretty much for the first 20 some odd years there, 24. And then actually they were one of the best teams for like the first 20 years in the 1900s. So they had a good 40-year run there. Were champions. So you can read about old Cap Anson there. But these wood cards are just epic. Obviously that's number one, because he's basically the first kind of star at the time. Like, he wasn't the biggest star ultimately in the 1870s, but probably considered the best player, kind of the Ty Cobb of the pre-Ty Cobb era of baseball. Oh, hey people, you know, it's after midnight. My voice is a little beat from doing the other episode, so please set your settings on the video speed to like 1.25 or 1.5, and I might sound a little more normal. Alright, so here we go. These are just beautiful. Just beautiful. Now the Ty Cobb thing that I have to show you in the future that I've been teasing over the year, it's been almost a year, people. I think September 3rd will be my 1 year anniversary here on YouTube for this particular channel. Now, I mean, I've had other channels since like 2000 and I want to say 4 or 5 or whenever they were kind of early. That was a little more aimed at like concerts and stuff. But so we're coming up on a year here for the old style classics baseball cards, and that is definitely an old style classic baseball card. And when I say that, it doesn't mean it has to be an old card. It's just an old fashioned looking card, or an old style, or, you know, it could be an old card because it's an old style classic because it's old, or it can be an old style classic because it's meant to look old. And that's the kind of stuff I like, that nostalgic baseball there. And anyway, so the Ty Cobb thing I want to show you guys in the future from his playing days. It's not a card, but it has an image that's reminiscent of what these cards look like. But it's not portrait either, though. So there's a tease. I don't know when I'll get around to doing that, because I do have a lot of cards I want to show. And I kind of got, I did the oddballs for a couple months there, and now I'm kind of onto my old style looking cards. So for the foreseeable few weeks, that'll probably be my focus. And then maybe, who knows, maybe I can wrap that up with it, because it is the old school, old style baseball, something that I do have. Alright, so that's just beautiful. I love those images. Just that design is so cool. That's just right up my alley, people. You know, I like Allen Ginter and Goodwin Champions and Gypsy Queen, and this is one of the things I do really like about the Cooperstown. These are probably the best cards that they actually have in that Cooperstown baseball. Nothing against the regular base cards. They're just, you know, they're just modern looking cards with an old picture on it, so they're not great by any means, but they're still pretty cool. But these are just, that's just a great design. Panini did a good job there. Alright, so hang on, I'm gonna pause you for a second. Alright, thanks people. So that's, now I don't have a complete set by any means, but I do have a good stack of these cards. So next Make sure I'm going in order here. We have Napoleon. So Napoleon, and so I'm going to get to some cards where I wonder if they had different printers, or if it was intentional, or if there's an error. But some of these make me feel like they printed at two different factories or something like that, because we'll see some differences. So there's old Napoleon, and that's a cool card. He was one of the best players of the era. So let's see what they have to say about him. So basically, everything's going to be the same except for the player information, when they went in the Hall of Fame, and their batting the batting and throwing. So he looks like a righty there. And they do have a little, little arch to it because of that little paper. I mean, that's like thin sheet of wood that they put on these. Causes it to curl just a little, but not bad. So he's 1937 class. Read about him there and his extraordinary stats. So over 3,000 hits. .338 lifetime batting average. A whopping 82 home runs. He played from 1896 to 1916. So there you go. Hopefully you guys can read that. And let me see what the next card is first. Yep, so it's another Napoleon. So have two of him. So they are not numbered. I'm sure they have a print run. Obviously not anywhere near the base cards. So you're more likely to get one of those cracked ice cards than you are one of these. So like I said, I'd guess about one, maybe two per hobby box. So let's say about one out of every like 30 packs or something like that. You may just get lucky and get two in a box, something like that. So anyhow, and it's not like a huge print run. So, and that's Cooperstown Lumberjacks. I forgot to point that out. These beautiful images here. So we got the two. So let's see what we got here. So there doesn't look to be any difference in this particular repeat. And it says second baseman down there. So we're going to keep our eyes open for the next double that we come across. Set these cards out to the side, people. Alright. Then we have Mr. Harry Hooper, Harry Bartholomew Hooper, and for those in the know, Bart Simpson, that's his name, is Bartholomew. And so 1921 it looks like there, or 71, 1971. Alright, so the Harry Hooper Hall of Famer, 1971, so obviously Veterans Committee. And that baseball kind of has a little blur to it because of the printing on these wood cards is probably a bit of a challenge. So let's give you a chance to check it out. Harry Hooper, HBH. So, nice stuff. Trying to see what position he played. Alright, bear with me here. Well, it's got his batting stats, so final game, debut, blah blah blah. Okay, well, it doesn't say on this one that I can see. And then sometimes I'll look back and it'll be like right there, and I'm like, oh, I didn't see that. So, anyhow, I believe I have two of him, and this might be the, yep. So here's my thing. So this could just, this might be the base wood card. And so then, obviously wood's never going to be the same twice because it is just a thin veneer sheet of wood. And it feels like wood. It feels kind of like the wood that you would have maybe on your car, you know, like in your interior, or like a matchbook or something like that, like an old match. Um, yeah, so perhaps these are just a short print variation of these, because look at how small the image is compared to the one above it, and then it just says hoop. So it has the Harry Bartholomew Hooper on that little arch, and then it has different information in here. It moves the 1971 down there, and it's got his nickname. So part of me, when I saw that, I was like, hey, what happened? Are these two different seasons? And no, they're from 2013. And the problem is, I don't really think that Panini uses any kind of code. So I'm taking a look at the back here, see if I see anything. So let's see, he had 2,466 hits, 281 batting average, 75 home runs. So not quite a 3,000 hitter, but only 17 years. So that seems like he was on his way. So anyways, it's no code to see the difference, but you can obviously see the difference there. And then look how much darker the card looks. So that's obviously the base, because it looks like the other one. And so I don't know, I'm gonna have to go to Baseball Cardpedia and check that out. So that's super cool, people. I like that. Then we have Roger Bresnahan, Cooperstown. So they do have some different designs. They're not all exactly the same, whatever's going on here with this scrolling kind of thing. See, there it is. I think that says catcher right there. Yeah. So Roger Bresnahan, Cooperstown. But then it doesn't even have the year on there. So it's, oh yeah, I guess it does. You just can't really see it. It's really hard because of the way the print sticks to that wood. And 1945. So pretty early. What, 6th year of the Hall of Fame. So Roger Bresnahan played from 1897 to 1915. So let me make sure the next card's not him again. It is. So then we got a second one here, but same front there. So nothing really different, but you can see a little bit of difference on the wood. Some slight changes. See some different grain there. So same thing. Pretty sweet stuff, people. I like these a lot. Alright, next we have Joseph Jerome McGinty, also 1946. So there, you can read that if you want to pause it. Card number 41. So 1946, Joe McGinty. 1899 to 1908. All right, moving along, folks. All right, next one is Hugh Duffy. These things, when I look at them from a distance with my glasses on, it kind of looks like a chicken. Like, why is there a chicken in there? But it's not. It's just my mind playing tricks on me. So, you know, you get a little blur. But that's okay because on these wood cards, that's just super cool, and it gives it that kind of old time card look as if it did come out in the 1900s, like the early 1900s. So Hugh Duffy there, outfield, and looks like 1945. So there you go, card number 43. All right, next one. Addie Joss. Addie Joss. Heard of him. I believe he's in T206. Or maybe one of those earlier tobacco sets. I know the name. Adrian Addie Joss. 1978, so Veterans Committee. There you go. Stop, read that. He's a pitcher. So let's see. Had 160 wins versus 97 losses in only 9 years of playing, with a 188 or 89 ERA and 5 saves. So what, 165 wins, because I like to consider saves and the fact that he was involved in that many wins, whether it's starting or saving. So that's still pretty cool. Yeah, these are fun things. Cooperstown's fun to pick up. Alright, so we did get a second one of him. So, see a little something going on here. It's just the design. Oh, look, and there's another variation, people. So, this has the big in here, and this one has a different. So, I believe this is the base, if there is such a thing as this is the regular short print wood, and I would assume that that's the super short print version of a wood. So please feel free to join me sometime down the line and look up 2013 Panini Cooperstown. So National Baseball Hall of Fame. See if the backs look the same. Alright, so yeah, that's cool. So pretty neat. Yeah, so I have to look that up. If you guys want to investigate with me, please go to Baseball Cardpedia. Alright, then Rube Marquard. So there we go. He's a pretty well-known name. I mean, he's not like a Ty Cobb or anyone, but most of you old school baseball fans will know of Rube Marquard, pitcher. And the guy would like go get drunk and him wander around and daydream and stare at the sky and look at bugs and stuff crawling around. I think that's what he's famous for. That's why I called him Rube. It was like a derogatory term that he was kind of a country bumpkin or something like that. Not too smart. They'd have to go track him down at the bar to show up at the field to pitch because he's just living his life. And he had 201 wins in 18 years, 177 losses, and it looks like 19 saves. So 220 wins he is involved with. And he played from 1908 to 1925. So Rube Marquard. I think they talk about him in old Ken Burns baseball. Alright, so we got a second one of him. And it is the variation as well. So as you can see, the different things going on here on those yellow parts. So Rube Marquard, basically the same image, but just blown up on this one. And so that's cool. We got some extra variations, and then also, if you'll notice, oh, yeah, no, it is 2 different card numbers. So we'll go back and look at those and see if the other ones have different card numbers. So, yeah, maybe they just did doubles or something like that, you know, like have multiple versions. So there we go. So I guess these designs may change from card to card, I guess. Maybe it's even in odds. Maybe the oddball, the odd number cards have one design. And this is an even card, so maybe all the even cards have this design, and the odd ones have that other one. So we'll have to look at that. Look at that. Denton T. Young, better known as Cy Young, 1937. So inaugural class, I believe. The great Cy Young and his 500 plus wins. 511 wins and 376 losses, I think. He is also involved in 17 saves. So about 500 and almost 530 wins this guy was involved with from 1890 to 1911. So like 21 seasons. And that is the number that will probably almost for sure never get touched. They always say that about all kinds of stats in baseball, but that one you can probably bet your house on that nobody's going to reach that many wins as it stands today. Card number 50 there, old Cy Young. Alright, a couple more to go, people. Now, of course, Mr. Honus Wagner. The great Honus Wagner on the Cooperstown Lumberjacks. Cool card. This one is one of the ones up at my work on my little board. So I brought this home just special to show you folks. And that's the odd number 83, I think. Mr. Honus Wagner. Yep, class 1936. So along with Cy Young, Honus Wagner, Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, and was it Walter Johnson, I think. First class Hall of Famer. And that's something that'll never be matched again either. And then, of course, John Gibson Clarkson. So John Clarkson. So he looks to be 1800s, 19th century player, I'm assuming. John Clarkson. That old pillbox kind of hat. Super cool. Class 1963. And yep, he played from 1882 to 1894, folks. So definitely pre-war, but pre-war. So he's probably pre-Spanish American War. So anyways, number 95 there. So I'm going to pause you for just a second and look at those dupes. Alright folks, thanks for hanging in there. Yeah, so I looked at the dupes and the ones that had the different, so the ones that had this style was one number and the one that had that style was a different number. So all those ones where it was like the same player but they had these two different designs, they were different numbered cards. So I guess that answers part of my question. So I guess they're not super short prints or anything like that. They just must did multiples for each player perhaps that they have in that set. But still, go to Baseball Cardpedia, check out the information, and might find out some more stuff about this. And so there it is, folks. Those are my wood cards from Cooperstown Baseball 2013, along with that single one, Brooks Robinson in '83. And just awesome, people. I love these cards. They're super cool. Thanks for joining me. Sorry dragged on, but hopefully you changed the speed on my video so it doesn't go on as long and to sound a little normal. So I'm glad to get this one out because I really dig these cards. And so we got other stuff coming up, old style classic baseball cards like some Turkey Reds. I've got my Cooperstown Baseball autographs. You know, and then I got other, you know, stuff from like Golden Age that I'd like to show, like the little stamps and some of their short prints. And yeah, we got plenty of stuff. National Chicle, Topps 206, Topps 205, all kinds of good stuff, folks. Old style classic baseball cards. See you later.